Today we are going to take up valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. It is also called VSEPR theory. The shapes of molecule depend upon the number of valence shell electron pairs, that is number of bonded pair of electrons and non-bonded or lone pair of electrons around central atom. Pairs of electron in the valence shell repel each other. All the electrons will repel each other. So pair of electron also repel each other. And since why they repel each other? Because the electron clouds are negatively charged and similar charged species will repel each other. These pairs of electrons tend to occupy such positions in the shape that minimize repulsion and thus maximum distance between them. Now, if the distance between the bonded pair of electron and lone pair of electrons will be maximum, repulsion will be minimum. So, they will occupy such a position that minimum repulsion is taking place and so that they are maximum distance apart. The valence shell is taken as a sphere with the electron pairs localizing on the spherical surface at the maximum distance from one another. A multiple bond is treated as if there is a single electron pair and the 2 or 3 electron pair of multiple bonds are treated as single super pair for discussion of shapes or for finding out the shapes by VSEPR theory. Where there are more resonating structures, two or more resonating structures if we have, so VSEPR model is applicable to any such structure to find out its geometry. Now for prediction of geometrical shapes of molecules with the help of VSEPR theory, we can divide the molecules or ions into two categories. First category is in which central atom has only bonded pair of electrons and do not have any lone pair of electrons. Second category we will take in which central atom has at least one or more lone pair of electrons also along with the bonded pair of electrons. Now before we take up the examples, we have to keep in mind there is a maximum repulsion between lone pair and lone pair of electron followed by lone pair and bonded pair of electron, and minimum repulsion is between bonded pair and bonded pair of electron. And every molecule or ion will acquire such a shape so that repulsion is minimum and the molecule or ion is most stable. Now we are taking geometry of molecules in which central atom has no lone pair of electron, has only bonded pair of electron. First example we are taking when we have two bonded pair of electrons. Now when we have two bonded pair of electrons, the best arrangement is linear. That is, both the bonded pair should be in opposite direction at the bond angle 180. So the shape of such molecules in which there are two bonded pair of electron is linear. Example is BeF2 and BeCl2. BH2 is another example of this type. Now we are taking three bonded pair. If we have three bonded pair of electrons, the maximum distance between the atoms should be 120. That is, the molecule should have the shape trigonal planar. Trigonal planar has got bond angle 120 and the atoms are maximum distance apart so that there is minimum repulsion. Example is BF3, BCl3, AlF3, AlCl3. These are all trigonal planar because they have three bonded pair of electrons. Next example we are taking is four bonded pair of electrons. When there are four bonded pair of electrons, the best arrangement is tetrahedral. Why tetrahedral? When they are arranged in tetrahedral arrangement, the repulsion between atoms will be minimum. An example of this type is CH4, CCl4, SiH4, SiCl4. When there are five bonded pair of electrons, the best possible arrangement is trigonal bipyramidal. In trigonal bipyramidal, there are two bond angles. Between three atoms, there are bond angle is 120 and there is a perpendicular bonds which are at 90 degree, which are in different plane. So this is called trigonal bipyramidal. Examples are PF5, PCl5, SbF5. When we have 6 bonded pair of electrons, the best shape is octahedral. Bond angle in this case is 90 degree. Examples are SF6 and tellurium hexafluoride TeF6. Now we are going to take up the cases in which there is one or more lone pair of electrons. The first we are taking AB2E type. Here E stands for lone pair of electrons and AB2 is the formula of the molecule which represents bonded pair of electrons. Now when there are two bonded pair and one lone pair, the best possible arrangement is bent shape. Now geometry is trigonal planar or expected geometry is trigonal planar but actual shape is bent molecule. Examples are SO2 and ozone. Both are bent molecules. They are also called angular molecules or V-shaped molecule. Second type of molecules we are taking is AB3E. That is, there are three bonded pair of electron and one lone pair of electron. Here, expected geometry is tetrahedral. If lone pair had not been there, then this geometry would have been tetrahedral. But actual geometry is trigonal pyramidal. Why it is trigonal pyramidal? Due to lone pair of electron. Example is NH3, PH3, PCl3. These are examples of this type of compounds. Next type of molecule we are taking AB2E2, means there are two bonded pair and two lone pair of electrons. Expected arrangement of electrons was tetrahedral. Actual shape is bent molecule. Water, H2S are the examples of this type. Next one is AB4E. That is, there are four bonded pair of electrons and one lone pair of electrons. Expected geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. Actual shape is seesaw. Example is SF4, SCl4, XeO2F2, etc. Next type we are taking is AB3E2. That is, there are three bonded pair of electron and two lone pair of electrons. Expected geometry again is trigonal bipyramidal. Actual shape of the molecule is T-shaped molecule. Examples are ClF3, BrF3, ICl3 and so on. AB5E. Here we have 5 bonded pair of electron and 1 lone pair of electron. Expected geometry is octahedral. Actual geometry is square pyramidal. Example is Br5, IF5. Last type is AB4E2. Here number of bonded pair of electrons are 4. Lone pairs are 2. Expected geometry is octahedral. Actual shape is square planar. Example is XeF4. Now shape of molecules and lone pairs, here the same topic we are discussing with the specific examples. In the first case AB2E, there are 4 bonded pair of electrons and they involve pi bonds also and one lone pair of electron. Example is SO2. SO2 is a bent molecule with a lone pair of electron. Here, one of the bond is p-pi bond which is formed by overlapping of pp orbital and one of the bond is p-pi d-pi bond which is formed by overlapping of p and d orbital. So SO2 is a bent molecule. That is the reason that it has a dipole moment. Next we are going to take up is AB3E. Here we have 3 bonded pair of electrons and 1 lone pair of electron. Example is ammonia. The shape is trigonal pyramidal. We simply call it pyramidal. Bond angle is 107. Now expected bond angle was 109. But actual bond angle is 107 due to the presence of one lone pair of electron which will repel bonded pair of electrons and bond angle will reduce to 107. Next we are going to take up AB2E2 type. There are 2 bonded pair of electrons and 2 lone pairs of electron. Example is water. Shape is bent molecule or angular molecule or V-shaped molecule. Here bond angle is 104.5 degree. Why it is 104.5 instead of 109.5 degree? Reason is there are 2 lone pair of electron and bond angle approximately decreases by 2 degree per lone pair of electrons. Next type is AB4E2, that is 4 bonded pair of electrons and 1 lone pair of electrons. Now observe carefully, here we have got 2 possible structure. In the first one, lone pair is at axial position, whereas In second case, lone pair is at equatorial position. Remember, lone pair should occupy as far as possible equatorial position. What is the reason? It is because that equatorial position is at 120, whereas axial position has 90. That is the reason that the second structure is more stable than the first one. So the shape of SF4 is seesaw, and I have explained why lone pair should be at equatorial position and not at axial position in this particular case. Next example we are taking is AB3E2. There are three bonded pair of electrons and two lone pair of electrons. Example is ClF3, and best possible structure is T-shaped as shown. Both the lone pair of electrons are at axial position. As I have just explained that when lone pair of electrons are at axial position, repulsion is less, and this particular shape is most stable.